your Kleenex. A tearjerker is leaving the competition all wet at the box office. Our movie guy is here with the numbers of The Fault in Our Stars. Here's your box of Kleenex because my friends say people are leaving the studios just screaming, sobbing, tears everywhere.
Yeah, apparently not a dry eye in the house, except in my theater where there were at least two, so I appreciate the offer, but thank you.
You're not a crier, but it's okay
No.
for men to cry. You know that, right?
I know, E.T. Field of Dreams.
There you go.
No problem.
So at the box office last weekend, as you predicted, The Fault in Our Stars came in at #1 at $48 million, followed by Maleficent at $34 million. Edge of Tomorrow coming in at $28 million. Now this is the big Tom Cruise debut that was supposed to happen here. We'll talk about that in just a minute. And X-Men at $15 million and A Million Ways to Die in the West at $7 million. What happened with Tom Cruise?
Well, Tom Cruise, ran into, a teenage weepy. This, we talked last week that, teenagers and women, really haven't had a whole lot, to glom onto this year, and they got something this year. I mean, The Fault in Our Stars, half of its money was made on Friday, so the dip on Saturday and Sunday was quite extensive. But, people are sort of writing that Tom Cruise's career is in trouble, as they seem to write anytime he doesn't have, a $90 million opening, but that's really not the case.
Right. People want a big opening from Tom Cruise, and here's a look at his other box office numbers that you've compiled for us. Thank you for that. So in 2013, for instance, he had Oblivion at $286 million. It was budgeted for $120 million.
Yeah, and you look at the films on this list, these are sort of the 6 films that have made since Tom Cruise, had a little bit of controversy back in the, the mid-aughts. And you look at these films, and 4 of these 6 movies, including the 2 Mission Impossible movies, Oblivion and Jack Reacher, they're all successes for their studios. Only Night and Day was sort of a bigger loser. Valkyrie didn't lose too much, but Oblivion is the only film in his resume that has opened to over $24 million and did not hit $100 million here in the U.S. So Edge of Tomorrow, the word of mouth is tremendous on it. It's his biggest budgeted film to date, so you set yourself up for a fall when you have a big budget like that, but it's made $145 million worldwide. I think it's going to still do pretty well and may not be quite the loser that people are expecting for Warner Brothers.
So it could still build from here.
It absolutely should. The word of mouth is really good on the film, and I think if the film does around 19-20 million, there'll be a little less panic around it.
That can happen. All right, at the box office this weekend, 22 Jump Street and How to Train Your Dragon 2. You have viewed both of these. Let's take a look at 22 Jump Street. What are your thoughts?
It's not very good. I was not a big fan of 21 Jump Street. It was kind of in the minority on that one. This one even less so. I think the film is very uneven, and the laughs are very scattered throughout. So not a big fan of that. I think it's going to open very well, probably in the 40s. I don't know how well it's going to maintain, maybe not do as well as the original. But the other one is the film that needs to be talked about.
How to Train Your Dragon 2?
Yeah, this is the film that I think is going to be the success story this summer. DreamWorks has had this summer. I think it's going to be the highest grossing film of the summer, probably over $300 million. I think it's going to be the only film that hits $300 million here in the U.S. And DreamWorks, has had some animated debacles recently. This is going to be a big success for them. It's such a visually stunning film that I think both adults and kids will enjoy this film. How to Train Your Dragon, one of the best non-Pixar films, certainly of the last decade, and I think this film is incredibly enjoyable.
Eric, thank you, and have a good weekend.
Thank you.